Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the title and how colourful my look is, and probably by the swatches, today I will be giving you the review and the tutorial for Viba x Zmalowana palette. I got this literally like 2 hours ago and I was getting ready to film anyway, and there was a turns out my grandma sent me this from Poland. I could not just leave it for another day. I had to sit down and do this look because I saw the shades and I'm melted. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you would like to know how to create this look right here, just keep on watching. I'm so excited for this. I'm actually shaking. So I'm most excited for the blue, as you can tell by my outfit. I kind of want to put them all on my face. Shall I swatch them? Shall I touch them? Oh my god, they are very, very soft. So the highlighter in this palette is called Golden Cream, and it's very, very soft to the touch. When I put it onto the back of my hand, it looks sheer. It looks like it's gonna give me a very wet looking skin. It's not a chunky highlighter whatsoever. It's almost pearly rather than shimmery. I'm going to swatch the mattes, which seem to be very soft and creamy as well. So the mattes are these three down here: the yellow, the orange and the green, and they look they are very pigmented, clearly. They are very soft, creamy, but slightly powdery, which worries me. They might have a lot of fallout, but I honestly don't mind that at all, usually. And now let's swatch the shimmers. So I'm taking the shimmery green, the light blue, and the dark blue. Again, nice and creamy to the touch. They pick up really well. Oh my god, that light blue is just, I probably swatched it in the wrong place, but oh my god, that is like beyond pigmented. The goldeny shimmery green and the darker green, somewhat disappointing, but I'm sure I can build it. I could foil it and it's going to look fine on the eye. This got me even more excited about this. To give it a fair shot, I will carve my brows out and prime my lids with the P. Louise base. I have the shade 0.5. Okay, let's start. And I have no idea what I want to do. I'm going to go for it. I'm taking a small blending brush and I'm taking the yellow shade in the palette. It has a little bit of kickback in the pan, but it did pick up a lot on the brush. Like I said, I could tell by swatching them, they are very smooth and lightly pressed, so you don't have to dig your brush in there. And I'm going to put this yellow in my crease. There is a lot of kickback, but that's fine. They are very pigmented shadows, as we can tell. I'm going to take a slightly bigger brush and just blend the edge. Very nicely pigmented yellow. The trick is you just need to boop, press it once and it will pick it up. Don't go swirling into your pan, just tap in once. God, I love the yellow shadow. I'm going to take another blending brush and pick up the orange. Again, same case, a little bit of fallout fluffing up everywhere, but just one tap. I'm putting that into my crease, and I won't be blending it as high up as the yellow. They blend seamlessly and they are pigmented. They build nicely. Amazing, amazing palette so far. Let's see if I have to cut my crease to get the pigmentation that I want. I'm going to take that goldeny light green shade on a flat brush. Doesn't really want to pick up, but let's see. I'm going to tap this off and cut my crease beforehand. It's not pigmented enough in the sense that it doesn't have a lot of base to it, like a base shade. It's nice and shimmery. Apart from that shimmer, there's barely any pigment there, but it's not a bad thing because it would be like a nice topper on top of things. You just need to know what you're working with. It's a bit like Mooney from the Carnival palette. It looks white in the pan. This one just looks a bit green in the pan, but it's actually the shimmer that's the wow factor. So I don't mind that it doesn't have a lot of colour to it by itself. You've seen me use Mooney from the Carnival palette like almost in every single look. Okay, I'm only cutting the inner part of my crease because I want to again test if the rest of the shades have enough pigment by themselves. This now has a base to stick to and looks amazing. I'm going to flip my brush and dip into the light blue. This was very pigmented and it did pick up on the brush, and it comes off the brush really well. It doesn't need a base. I love this blue. That looks so pretty. I haven't foiled it. It's actually brilliant. Another flat brush and that dark blue. Didn't swatch too well and it does have a little bit of kickback in the pan. Let's see if it comes off my brush. A lot of fallout, so I will have to foil this. Let's foil this bad boy. Yeah, when it's foiled, it's great. It's not a deal breaker for me when a shadow needs to be foiled. It is a shame, but I'm sure if I used my finger it would stick on better. It's not a bad shade. I'm going to put that dark blue on the outer corner. I didn't want to do a cut crease and I ended up with one anyway. The shimmers are fantastic. The greeny golden shade, the light blue, amazing. The darker blue needs to be foiled, but overall it's really, really nice. I want to highlight my brow bone with that greeny gold. It really looks like Mooney. I love it. Okay, I'm going to do my other eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, and now with my second eye done, I'm going to briefly move on to the face. For my foundation today, I will be taking Collection Lasting Perfection Weightless Foundation. I am the shade Warm Ivory. I have not used this in a while and just want to put it on. To bronze, I'm of course going to use Revolution Matte Base Concealer in 13.5. For my concealer today, Collection Lasting Perfection in number 1 Fair. And to set my concealer in place, I'm using RCMA No Colour Powder. I'm going to sculpt with the Revolution HD Pro Contour Palette. And now finally the icing on the cake, the highlighter. I'm using my Inglot 6SS for this. I like it. It's nice. I'm of course going to bounce this in with my sponge. I like it because it's glowy, it's not shimmery. Very nice. I like it. I'm taking the darker blue. I'm joining my outer corner on my top lid and the bottom. And I'm putting that darker blue about halfway. And now I'm going to dip into that yellow and blend the edge of that green, of that blue. Will it even blend? Doesn't really want to blend, but that's okay. And I'm only blending the edge of my lower lash line with that yellow. And now finally I'm going to take that green matte shade and I'm putting it on the remaining portion of my eye. And my final step is to highlight my inner corners. I'm taking the highlighter shade. Okay, I'm going to put some mascara on. and some falsies. Of course, the falsies I am using is wibo.pl. The style is Instagramowe. It would be a crime to use any other lash in this video. For my lips, I wanted to wear a nude, but not a typical nude, so I went with Nude Beach from Jeffree Star. Here is my final look with the Zmalowana Vibo palette. I love colour. I love wearing colour on my eyes, and I am so happy that Zmalowana's aim was to introduce more colour into our daily makeup routines. Let's just go through. The highlighter is great. It's quite sheer but buildable. It doesn't have a base shade. It's nice and pearly rather than shimmery. It gives you like a wet look, and I love that. Indigo bunting, the lighter blue. Oh my god, it is amazing. Super pigmented, doesn't need to be foiled, comes off, sticks on the lid brilliantly, fantastic. However, the darker one is a little bit more tricky. You do have to foil it. It does have a bit of fallout, but the colour itself is stunning, so it's totally worth it. The green duo, high risk. The green is a matte, just like any other matte, and I will get to it. It is slightly powdery, but they are very, very pigmented shadows. You know, I personally don't mind if it's a little bit powdery and it has a little bit of kickback in the pan. As long as it comes off on the eye, it's brilliant. It doesn't have a lot of fallout, as in fall down onto your face when you do your makeup, so that's good. And then the shimmery shade, a bit like the highlighter, it doesn't have a base as much. It's more of like a shimmer, but I still love it. And then the last two, Flame Duo, both are mattes. The yellow is just fantastic, and the orange equally as good. I love this palette. You will see it a lot. Because a lot of you won't be able to get hold of this, if you do for some reason visit Poland in near future, go and get this. If not, I have a dupe, and it is the Carnival palette. You know, the highlighter shade, very similar to these two. The shimmery shade, I throughout the video referenced Mooney because it really reminds me of that. Actually, let's swatch the two, shall we? They are just ever so slightly different. Zmalowana's is a little bit more golden, very, very similar. For the Indigo Bunting, Recharge and Breezy, again, very similar shades. The green, I don't have a dupe for. The green in here is a lot darker and a lot more blue undertoned rather than like a yellow undertoned. And then the orange is here, very similar shades. This one is just ever so slightly more muted, and the yellows are almost identical. This, if I convert it into British pound, it is about £12. This is 40. But you do get a lot more shades in this, of course. For £12, this is brilliant. You can do so many looks with this, not just like a very bold, not just very bold, colourful looks, but very wearable, everyday looks as well. I really, really like it. Honestly, I am so proud of Zmalowana. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, this review. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.